Hi, welcome to day 54 of this 60-day juice fast. What an incredible journey. Miss Burson, I haven't heard from you in a while. I'm kind of worried about you. Let me know how things are going with your stolen Jack LaLanne juicer. For me, these days are just bittersweet. I've done a lot of reflection. I have, I am going to spend the next couple of days reviewing the video log that you have followed, and I have not followed. I have not watched them as I've made them, except for in extreme instances when someone goes, Amy, you're crazy on day 12 or whatever, and I'll go back and go, what did I do on day 12? But I'm amazed at some of the ones that I have watched, and to see my face change and my skin change. I love the feel of my skin. I love that it's not dry anymore and that it's healthy, and I love everything. And I tell you, in the beginning of the juice fast, I couldn't wait for the 60 days to be over. I was running, not for the border. My brain's always been on Chinese food. So I am going to run to P.F. Chang's Sunday on my way back to Nashville to finish the album up. But instead of having dynamite shrimp and I did some research on the internet and have determined that I'm going to have a huge bowl of hot and sour soup and a couple of edamame to get. Janet at HealthWorks is really encouraging me to go back into this food thing slowly so that I don't tear my system up. So I'm going to add smoothies, edamame, just like Tracy did, almonds, things of that nature. And then toward the end of the week in Nashville, try a piece of meat. I'm excited about a couple of things that I want to share with y'all tonight. I'm excited because, remember, this journey was a spiritual journey. It was an emotional journey. It was more than just weight loss. As far as my weight is concerned, I weighed 194 yesterday. I've been on the road for a couple of days. I weighed 194 Saturday before I left. Have not weighed today. Just got in and just didn't weigh. Went straight to HealthWorks and worked out with the girls and relaxed in the swimming pool for an hour. So it's been a great day. For all of you guys in South Arkansas, it's been a wet day. But I wanted to share some things with you guys tonight about my children and about our new journey. Josie and Abby and I have been probably in a different place than most people because of my mother's stroke, and because of fear that our bodies might suffer from some type of wheat, gluten allergy that are hard to determine. These things are very, even you're better off guessing in some instances than I have a friend who spent 2 weeks in the Mayo Clinic, test after test after test after test, and came back, with a gluten allergy. My grandmother had a gluten issue, a wheat issue. She was very, very healthy. She had a hereditary high cholesterol, and she was a funny lady. She, if it said one serving of Fritos was 13 chips and 220 calories, she had 13 Fritos and a sandwich. She was very, very disciplined because back then it was so hard to regulate the medications, and I think it's still a problem today. I did not inherit that issue as of yet. She, not knowing, we can look back on some of her symptoms and see that she probably had the same wheat intolerance that Josie and I suffer from. She just didn't have the weight issue that followed it. But what the girls and I are doing is parenting is hard. You make mistakes, and you learn from them, and you move forward. And I don't want to make any mistakes with Josie and Abby. Josie's filming right now. Josie and Abby know I have nothing to hide from them. I try and be as honest with them as I can. I hope that it pays in the end. But Josie and Abby and I have gone through phases in our lives as well where let's be a vegetarian in honor of Mama and her stroke, and let's only eat fish, and let's do this and let's do that. And I want to try something different after this fast with them. And I want to try, they say the most successful diet is a life plan. And so what we're doing is we're working out as hard as we can together and separately, but we're working out and talking about things as we're working out. And the first week we discussed water, and we discussed Cokes and sugar drinks. And I don't purchase Cokes and sugar drinks. You'll never find a Capri Sun in my refrigerator. You'll never find a Coke in my refrigerator unless it's a special occasion or what have you. I got off of Diet Cokes years ago, with the exception of every now and then get to craving one. But anyway, they made a vow our first week of exercise. They made a vow of water only, and then, if it's a birthday or something, sugar drinks. I think I helped y'all and explain that to y'all. But this week, and this was Josie's idea, Josie wanted me to please work with her on portions. And at first, I began cooking and only fixing what we were supposed to have to eat for that night. There were no seconds, and then life gets in the way. It's kind of like exercise. You exercise for a while, and then you quit, and you don't. And I said, okay, Josie. And then she said, and I said, well, what do we do, like, if I'm gone, or you're away, or you're at your dad's, or you're with my mom and Poppy? What do we do then? She goes, well, while you fixing my portions when you're here, I'll know more what to do when you're not. And I thought that was beautiful. And maybe just run and hug her neck. We were in the pool, so I just splashed her real big. But anyway, and Abby said, yeah, I think that would help me too. And portions are huge, huge. The problem with portions is that it varies so, and what type of, we're so skewed as Americans. We think a portion of meat is, a big 16-ounce ribeye, when in all actuality it's a 5-ounce filet, and those kind of things, and what we call servings. So I think that's a great goal to have, and I think instead of regretting our lives and the heaviness of our lives, I said, Josie and Abby, let's add one more thing to it. Why don't we focus on physical fitness, and let's educate ourselves on proteins and carbs and good carbs and bad carbs. I don't mean go out and buy 100 books that we'll never read, but I mean, Josie, while you're doing your quiz bowl stuff, why don't you do facts about health, and let's learn about let's learn why it's so healthy to have a piece of fish. And then we're more apt to retain it, and more apt to go to those things on the menu when we're out. I'm not scared anymore. I was scared. I went. You haven't heard from me in several days. I've been very scared and tired because of the end of this fast. And I don't feel threatened by this anymore. I don't feel scared anymore. After talking with Josie and Abby tonight at Health Works, I feel like I have some kind of newfound purpose. The purpose of why we want to get healthy and why we want our bodies to be fine-tuned instruments. And like I said, I'm not scared. I'm going to look at the instead of the next 6 days, I'm going to learn as much as I can, and they're going to learn as much as they can. They say they can't wait to get on the internet and start getting some facts and seeing what they can do. So I'm real happy about this, and I have focused on this tonight because we shared a great workout together at Health Works. We did the Couch to 5K, which averages out a couple of miles, and then we swam for an hour. And so I feel good about the direction that everything's going in. And we've got 6 more days. And during these next 6 days, I don't think I want to weigh. I think let's have a blowout 60-day. Let's weigh. I'm going to take y'all to P.F. Chang's with me, and y'all get to share my first bowl of soup with me. And if you have children, I don't care if they weigh 50 pounds or if they're 50 pounds underweight or 50 pounds overweight. I think that it's time, and that education is the key, as they say in Africa. Education is the key, and it's time that we all educate ourselves, because you can be a healthy weight and be deteriorating on the insides, unhealthy because of your eating habits and your lifestyle. So what we have decided to do is to, at each meal, talk about what we've learned. We've decided to talk about why water is so important, so that we know why we're doing these things. I've never done that with them before. I've never shared the whys, and they're old enough now to be able to help me with the whys. So I encourage every one of y'all to bring your children into your fitness plan, because their health and their future is in our hands, is in your hands. And we know all of this, and I'm very happy. Tomorrow is a big day for me. 10 years ago, at this very moment, I was packing a small bag to go have my Aretha Franklin Denson, aka Abby Lane Denson. So we'll get to hear her song tomorrow. You'll get to be with, oh, she's waving at you. You'll get to be part of her birthday by putting it on YouTube. I'll sing you her song, and she's got a special song she wants to sing for you guys. So for day 54, thank you for hearing me about the children. It was a beautiful day for me, and thank you for listening, and I hope that I've encouraged y'all to do something for your children if you have them. For Amy Allen TV, 194 pounds for a total of 46 pounds lost. Good night.